Okay, we're back and better than ever.
We're back.
We're gonna finish our platform today. We've got, not sheet. Oh God. What did we get?
Tongue and groove sheeting.
We're gonna finish that. We're gonna, I can't explain it. You're gonna have to explain what we're doing.
We're gonna sheet this beautiful platform. We're gonna get some weed block underneath of it first before we cover it. Throw a vapor barrier over it in case we ever insulate it later. And we're gonna get sheeted.
So we're gonna do our best to show you all of that. When it gets really hot out here, it's really hard to film for us and for equipment. This is a big milestone. We'll have the platform done, hopefully after today, and then we get to move on to the walls. So let's get started. And the other thing that we forgot to mention is we also have hurricane clips that we're gonna use to brace these floor joists. Ha! I got it. I said that.
I know. I was just reinforcing it.
Oh. But yes, we picked up some hurricane clips, amongst many other things last night from Lowe's. Shout out to the guy we saw. We don't know your name, but he was very nice
From Nebraska, right?
Yes. Shout out to our viewer from Nebraska.
Very nice guy. Mm-hmm. If you're out there, hit us up. Grab a coffee or something.
Luke is cutting this 2x8 right here, and we're gonna use it to reinforce in between these two beams.
I need one of those clamps.
I'm just trying to remember what this will feel like when it's 10 below. But I won't, and I'll complain anyways.
Yep.
In fact, I bought Luke this pass load. It was my first big gift to you when we were dating.
Well,
For
not the first.
What?
Nothing, moving on.
But it was our first Christmas together, and that's what I bought you. This is the first time you've used it.
Yeah, well, it's the first time we've ever framed it.
We haven't framed. So. Oh, Moving on. We're not really measuring the distance in between each of these. Luke's just waiting for the ancestors to tell him where. The idea is it's gonna brace these two beams a little bit more.
Not really structural, but just to keep these, I mean, that's 10-foot run with nothing holding them. I mean, I can push them apart with my hands, so I just want something to keep them where they're supposed to be. Like right now, this middle is a ½ inch shallower than the end. I'm sure it doesn't really matter, but if I can keep things somewhat straight, I'm going to.
We are continuing with our goal of pissing off the trades.
Yeah, by
with
the
this
way,
build.
I don't know if anybody's aware of structural screws that are made, you know, specifically for this sort of thing. They do exist and they're pretty nice. And I'm sure nails are great, which we're going to be using plenty of nails, trust us. But right now, we're using a little bit of both. And if whatever force occurs to this building that can shear a screw, well, I think we got bigger problems at that point. Center. So that's close. Do we want to go through and measure everyone, or do we just want to cut a board?
I'm good with either. Okay, so we finished our little, whatever you want to call them, mini braces, and now we're moving on to screwing the hurricane clips onto the floor joists. Sorry if these videos are a little more boring. I feel like when it's really hot and dry, it's like all we can do to turn the camera on.
Yes, that's our excuse. It's not because we are in fact boring.
I feel like our videos don't have as much character, but in our defense, it's like 97 today, 98.
Quit complaining, remember? No more complaining.
You can complain all you want on your off-grid property. It's a rule.
You're down here
It's actually a law.
putting in screws instead of nails in the heat. Then you can complain, I guess.
So we'll use the hurricane clips to make sure these are all exactly 16 inches apart. And
Center you. Yepper, that is the plan.
So it's not really a fun job because it's a really weird angle. It's surprisingly hard to move between all the floor joists. There's really no good way or no graceful way to do it. You just kind of look like an awkward spider monkey, kind of crawling over each one. We should put that on our next round of North Idaho Nomads shirts. Close, I guess.
Close, I guess.
Okay, one down.
That's 2.
100 to go. Wonder how all our friends who spent the same equivalent on a boat are doing right now.
I have some theories.
Yeah, but once this is built, we can do something in the winter with it. If you have a boat, you can't do anything in the winter with it.
Think about it.
I'm currently standing on about how high up we'll be once the subfloor gets put in. It's not bad. I can feel a breeze up here, which is nice. It's gonna make working up here a lot nicer. We don't know if you're gonna be able to see this from the road. I mean, it's not the end of the world. We would prefer it not to be visible from the road, but we'll see. Well, our battery died. I don't know how much of this you're gonna get to see, but we finished getting all of the hurricane clips onto the floor joists. What do we do next?
Probably get that weed block under the...
Okay.
Not gonna be fun, but...
So, we're gonna use the old black base we used when we put the driveway in. We are at that wonderful time of the year where all the beautiful flowers die and everything turns brown and orange and red, and it's not even fall. They turn that way because they're all dried out and dead. And then I swear the beetles and the grasshoppers start showing up and we lose all our pretty butterflies. Oh no! Snow Froggy, are you okay?
I don't think it's gonna last the summer. Oh, of course, perfect. Why would you not grow right in front of our camera? Game cameras and us are just not meant.
Snow Froggy, are you okay? There's still water.
Yeah, he's in here somewhere. Or his buddy the snake ate him.
Oh, there's our pond. It's still here. This might be the year it dries up, because I have never seen it this low. We went down kind of the middle part of our property to get the weed blocker. And we cleaned it up. We moved it up here a couple months ago when we were tidying up the lower part of the property. This is what we used when we put our road in.
Okay.
Willie! Hang on, I'm coming to help.
What?
I said I'm coming to help.
30-12, so. Try to bend it back the other way. That's good.
I watched a video the other day of like an MLB. They're pulling the tarp out over the field.
Yeah, it gets swallowed.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, the tarp monster claims another one, and they did not stop.
Yeah.
They ran, and the guy literally, and then he got lost in it. Like you could see him where he was trying to crawl out.
Set.
So we got it up. Now we got to figure out where we want to cut it, because remember, this has to go underneath.
Ow. Oh.
We got the black weed blocker down all around. We cut it to fit perfectly around each post, and then we went around and took very small stakes to kind of stake it down. Didn't film any of it, because it's 1,000,000 degrees out. So now, we've got a couple of bags of gravel that we're just gonna dump and kind of spread over the whole thing. Just kind of weigh it down, and kind of we're wishing we'd leveled the ground a little bit more underneath, but at this point, we don't care. Again, I'm sorry if you're used to seeing the like slow motion montage and the music and the creative shots. In this heat, it is all we can do to turn on the camera. Bear with us for this video.
All right, this is gonna be. All right.
So what are we doing with this?
Vapor barrier. So hopefully don't prevent mold.
Are we gonna roll it this way or that way?
That way seems faster.
Okay.
Can't get wind all day. Got it.
Starting to put our vapor barrier down. We will find out if we have enough. Vapor barrier is just that, keeps the vapor out. We're probably not going to put insulation in anytime soon on the floor, if ever. Maybe down the line, but for right now, we will do the installation at a later time. Will we regret that decision?
Already are.
We have made a mistake. One of many. Started rolling out our Tyvek and stapling it down. And we don't have enough! It's okay. And then we also realized we probably should have been taping as we were going. So, how we're gonna tape these middle parts, we will get creative.
Yeah, we can do it as we sheet too.
Oh yeah. So, rats, we were so close. But we just laid them out and nailed them down, or stapled them down. And at some point in this process, we gotta remember to put the tape down along the seams.
So when we went to install our first piece of plywood onto the platform, we ran into a huge problem. Our plywood was not lining up with our floor joists. This meant that if we were to screw down the corner of the plywood, the screw wouldn't be attached to a joist. We ended up cutting additional 2x6s and crawling underneath the platform to install them so our plywood could be screwed onto the platform. In 98-degree weather, this was not fun.
So we laid our first piece of plywood down and things aren't lining up, surprise, surprise. So Luke ended up actually going underneath the platform and putting another 2x6 up underneath so it would line up perfectly with the edge of the plywood. And now we're just tacking the screws on so we're not screwing them in all the way. And I think we're gonna at least try to get this row and then figure out what we want to do next.
Be toolbox. Set that on the side so we don't.
This one? No. Just put our second piece of plywood on, and we're gonna have to do the same thing. We're gonna have to cut two 2x6s, but it should be a little easier this time because this isn't covered, so things happen for a reason.
And what's that reason?
We don't know how to build. So we're gonna put a 70 and 71 3/8 piece right here, and then we're gonna put a 70-inch flat piece right here. So our plywood will line up perfectly and we can screw into that. And is it ideal? Of course not. This sucks, but it's what happens when you've never built a cabin before. So we're figuring it out and figuring out solutions. Okay, we are sunburnt and tired and probably a little hangry. So we're gonna run to the nearest town, which is probably like 30 minutes away. Exactly 30 minutes away, and we're gonna grab some food, something cold to drink, and we're gonna get some more Tyvek.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed. It came through on the 2x6.
That ace has not let us down yet, so we will be back after some grub. All right, well, a greasy burger and a milkshake pretty much can fix everything.
Except we're fat little piggies. I'm gonna regret every bit of that.
I know, I am too.
Whatever that was, it was.
The zipper?
It
was 3 patties.
It was obscene. I am forever ashamed.
So, okay, we're back from our little field trip. The store did not have Tyvek. So instead, Luke found a giant roll of plastic.
It's gonna have to do. That's all we've got, and we're not stopping.
Nope.
So, onward.
So we will just roll it out like how we did this. And then we've got to make a few more cuts with our plywood. And then we gotta hopefully screw it on, and I hope it's as straightforward as that.
It never is.
And then our platform will be done. Same mom, different dad.
Huh?
I made a really stupid joke.
Mixed.
Super ideal, but you know what? We're gonna make it work.
It's gonna work. My God, it has to.
Part of the fun of DIYing a cabin, when you don't know how to DIY a cabin, is you get to get creative when problems arise. Got all our plastic on, and we're gonna finish our first row. Wow, baby.
Huh?
We finally have a flat surface to put the tripod on.
That should be a full piece. That should be a full piece. And then one more halfy. Why? Drill bit, why?
It's working.
Fly the drone.
Should we? It's so hot. Thank you for remembering. Because I forgot. Oh, this piece was all. When we're done today, you can throw it off down to the bottom of the box.
We're not getting out of this one.
We did it. The platform is done.
It's done.
That was miserable.
We'll show you the good and the bad in the next video.
Oh, we will?
Yes, we're not gonna hide our mistakes. Yeah, case in point. Oopsie doodle there. We show you warts and all on North Idaho Nomads channel.
Yep.
It doesn't look terrible.
Nope.
It's pretty sturdy, like it doesn't even jiggle at all.
Nope. Our money doesn't jiggle because it all went into this.
It is gone.
So yep, I think that's gonna do it. We're exhausted and dirty and sweaty.
And sore, but we're not complaining.
No.
We're just stating facts.
Yep. As of this video going up, we have 12,038 subscribers, which is really exciting.
Thank you all. You guys are amazing.
If you followed us on Instagram, I've made a few comments. We lost subscribers for 1.5 years straight. I don't know what happened.
I do. We sucked.
It was probably because we weren't posting videos like about the build, because the build wasn't happening. But yeah, in the last 28 days, we've gained 400 subscribers, which is really nice and awesome, so thank you.
Definitely helps with the motivation.
It does.
For sure.
So to all of our new subscribers, welcome aboard. Join the show.
And to our old subscribers, we apologize and thank you for hanging around.
Yep, we appreciate it. So we're gonna keep plugging along with a video a week as best we can. Thank you for watching and commenting and subscribing. It really does help. So we really appreciate it. Thank you.